Guys, okay, so I have got today a concealer for you. This is the Sleek Life Proof Concealer. Looks like that. I've got a review on the Sleek Life Proof Foundation, and if you want to look in my playlist, it's in there, but take a look at that because it was pretty good. Alright, so I've got pretty high hopes for this. This is in the shade number 4 Vanilla Chai, so it is not the lightest shade. I can't remember, but I think they had some pretty good shades. Let me check my receipt. It was $7. That is a very good price for a concealer, if it's any good. This is 0.25 ounces. So, oh, the doe foot is so tiny. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the dark eye. I'm only going to do one eye today. Oh, it looks like a good shade for color correcting and concealing in one. It has a smell. It smells like the Catrice, like full coverage, long lasting, or some such concealer that I did recently. It was probably like 2 months ago. Okay, so from far away in my mirror, it's looking good. It feels like, oh, it's kind of tacky, but I was gonna say it feels like it's gonna be one of those dry down ones. Coverage not terrible, not great, but not terrible. All right, it doesn't look too crusty. I think it kind of is reminding me a little tiny bit of the Makeup Revolution concealer that was supposed to be like the all-time #1 dupe for Tarte Shape Tape. $7 I think is not that bad of a price. And now bear in mind that I've had this work for a while, so it's a little bit dirty in the cap, but this is the Hard Candy Color Correct Cushion Wonder, or hold on, Sheer Envy Color Correct Cushion Wonder Color Correcting Concealer in the shade Skin Imperfection Neutralizer. So it's the peach one, but this is also $7, and you get 0.5. So this, you get twice as much for $7 in this one. So it's something to consider. I really like this one. If you have like crazy dark circles and dark under eyes like I do, this is a good one, especially value for money. So I'm going to put a little bit more of this on just to see. So far this is looking good. Now the only thing that concerns me is, let's try this, and then I've got a couple spots here, we'll just see. When I do concealers, usually it's just for under eyes, but I'm going to try it on parts of my face so we can kind of see how it does on concealing blemishes and stuff. But the one thing that concerns me about this concealer is the scent, the smell. It almost has kind of a sweet smell. Well, it didn't cover completely my sunspot, but I mean, I think this is pretty good so far. I'll wear it for the rest of the day, of course, and update my thoughts in the description, but so far it's seeming okay. It almost has kind of like a sweet smell. It really just smells like paint, but yeah, it has kind of like a sweet paint smell, like and how anyone's supposed to know what that means, I don't know, but that's the best I can describe it. It's not looking fully matte or anything, and let me give you a close-up. I still have a lot of darkness. Let me put a little bit more. Why don't we just see if we can just do a whole second layer, and we'll just see. But the shade is really, it's kind of peachy pink in the undertone, which is going to be good for me for color correcting. I don't usually ever put 2 layers of concealer on, and something to keep in mind is that when I do concealer, I always put it on after my foundation, because then I'll have a very thin layer of foundation, and then if I just have to put on one more thin layer of concealer, then it won't be too much. So I would not be using this much is what I'm trying to say, but we can still see how it builds up. I think it built up pretty good. I think it added a little bit more coverage, but I mean, obviously, and this is like pretty much common sense to anyone who uses makeup nowadays, especially with all the YouTube. The more you put on, the more noticeable it's going to be and the less natural it's going to look. So this is a dry sponge, but I think it's still good for kind of taking down any excess, and I did get a little bit of excess off there. I'm telling you what, right now, like as a first impression, this is looking pretty good. It's not too dewy, which I like, but it's not dry and crusty, and the coverage is looking pretty good. So I will wear this for the rest of the day. Update my thoughts in the description below. I will be doing a foundation video after this one, so there will be a little bit of foundation on top of it, but I'll keep a close eye on it and see which one is doing, or which product is causing me any problems, if it does. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.